Hey, how you doing, guys? Nice to see all of you. How many folks do we have today? Let's see. All right, guys. It's our second live session, and people ask me, why we did create this group. To answer one and only one question: how can we get six figures job on today's market without going crazy, without getting certified like a friend of mine get certified 47 times. Can you imagine 47 certifications, different management and agile practices he has? And I mean, what's the point? What is the point? And many folks spending like thousands and thousands of dollars on MBA. I checked yesterday, just for the sake of curiosity, how much would it be, to get MBA from Yale? Yale is a good school, no questions about that. But I was really surprised, $74,000. Right? And it's a lot of study, a lot of work. There is any real help to get a job after getting this kind of serious MBA? It's one of the best schools in the world. No, I mean, some institutions will say that, hey, it's a good school, and probably we will ask this person to come for an interview, but that's about it. So it's nothing but door opener. So what we believe will work the best is to have some kind of training with practice. Dive yourself in and practice. And then if you pick up some theoretical concept, immediately go and find out why. This is a major question. Why? If you cannot answer this question, don't do anything. If you go to MBA, first question is why? Why you're doing this? And it's perfectly fine. Hey, I can see that our friends joining. Magda joined. How are you, my dear? Wonderful. I know some other folks is about to join. So we will go forward. We will just dive ourselves in. So, guys, I would like to celebrate something with you. We have several folks who graduated our academy. We call this academy Success Charge Academy. It's probably a fancy name and everything, but I really would like to celebrate together with you that few folks get an awesome job, practically job of their dream. And I just would like to talk, to all of you about one fellow. So each session we can talk about one fellow, let's say, right? And we can chat upon everybody else. So today we are celebrating an awesome student, awesome client of Success Charge Academy. His name is Rosti. So meet Rosti. He was working actually in office job. He was trying to find a good position for him in different IT related divisions and directions, and it was very difficult for him to find a good job. So he was practicing himself and trying himself out in real business, and it didn't work out. So he was like spinning his wheels, trying one thing after another, and nothing really worked. And then, bam! He just met us. How he met Success Charge Academy? People will say, hey, by accident. But believers, we know that there is nothing like this at life. There is no accidents. So everything is done, by the will of God, right? If God wants it, this will happen, definitely. So interesting enough, that from my humble opinion, all meetings are from Him, from Creator of the universe, right? But what we will do after this meeting, it's up to us. So this fellow Rosti, he just talked to one of his brothers, and brother talked to his father, and they said, okay, there's this kind of school. Wow, awesome, interesting. Let me check it out. So he checked it out and he said, wow, that's probably what I was looking for. Let me try it out. And what he did? So he did first and the most important step. He believed. He believed that he can do it. That he believes that he's not alone. That God is somewhere, next to him and ready to help him out. So, I can repeat it again and again. That without this first shift, first step, nothing is doable. If you don't believe, if you believe that you are alone, that nobody can help you, then that's it. Don't even try. But, I will encourage you guys to make a first step. Believe that you can do it, right? And this fellow Rosti, he said that, okay, I believe. I can probably do it. And then he says that, well, I have another very serious issue, very serious problem or implication in my life. I don't have any rights to work in the United States. I said, listen, you can probably work through immigration lawyers, this and that. You can probably get authorization to work in the United States. He said, well, you know what, Vadim, I'm going to graduate from your school and fly to Prague. And I will work in Czech Republic. So listen, I wish I know some details about work market, job market in Prague, but I don't know much. So, just we can pray and try, but I would really advise you to try yourself out. In Canada, in Europe, there are a lot of positions. And guys, I would like to bring you some interesting statistics I found actually yesterday. Imagine this. By official statistics of PMI, it's Program Manager Institution, right? Within 5 years, job market in the world will open up 87 millions of management positions. New 87 million positions, according to his study. I mean, to the study. If you will divide this 87 millions to 5 years, you will see that it's like serious amount, serious number of millions per year. And people will say, okay, more and more people need to go and get all of this, like hundreds of different certifications. Get MBA from the best school, from Harvard, Yale. And all of a sudden, this fellow Rosti said, okay, I don't have $74 to go to Yale. I don't have like 2 years to spend, to receive MBA from Yale. I found your school, your academy. Let me try to be very serious, to focus, like laser focus, and get through it. And that's exactly what he did. He dived in and he dedicated like few weeks of his life. Weeks. You're talking about weeks, not years, right? That's a big difference. So, after 10 weeks, like 70 days, he received 3 certifications, like international certifications, right? For Agile, to be a good Scrum Master. And then the most important part, he gets this Agile mindset. We are talking about Agile mindset again and again, over and over again and again. See, I will come back to this agile mindset. I think it's very important. It's crucial to get this understanding of life, and it's not just about how to do our work better and better. No, it's more global, right? It's how to live, how to communicate with our family mates, obviously at work, right? In any giving environment, we will start communicating and collaborating with people on different levels. So that's exactly what's happened with Rosti. Rosti decided to work on his mindset. He came to all of these sessions. He started understanding concept and dive himself in more and more and more. So finally, he graduated and he flew to Prague. And that's it. I honestly lost track. That's it. Guys disappeared, and I'm very busy with Success Charge Academy. All of a sudden, after a few months, he called me and he said, "Hey, Vadim, I can tell you that I got an amazing job." I said, "Hey, hold on a minute, brother. You need to give me all the details. I'm so curious. I really would love to hear from you. What is happening?" So interesting enough that this guy, he became he was from religious family, very dedicated to church life. So he was thinking that, okay, I got this new role, new profession, new specialty from Success Charge Academy. And now, I'm flying back to Prague, and I will be praying. I will find, in Prague, Orthodox bishop was waiting for him to ordain him and to make him, to move him to the rank of deacon of the church. What's happened? He prepared his resume, he sent it out, not a lot. He just try out the market, right? All of a sudden, one company invited him for an interview. I said, okay, awesome, glory to God. So he passed this interview, and he completely forget about this company. Bishop invited him to the church, ordained him as a deacon, and he started his life as a deacon. In Russian Orthodox tradition, there is this interesting rule of 40 days, we call it, right? But in fact, it's like 40 liturgies, not necessarily every day, but you're serving and serving. Practically, you're getting into this wonderful routine of meditation and prayer, and just serve all night vigils, matins and liturgies. One of them, right? And young Father Deacon Rostislav, he was serving. So after a couple of months, this 40 liturgies get over, and all of a sudden, 3 days afterwards, the same company calls him and said, "Hey, Rosti, you passed this interview. If you remember a couple of months ago, we like you. We would like to invite you for a final round." So he came for a final round of the interview, and he got a job. And imagine this, check this out, guys. It's not a regular position of manager, right? What we call new generation manager or Scrum Master. No, it's actually release trained engineer. So it's a totally different level of compensation, level of responsibility, and level of expertise. So interesting enough that our graduate, Rosti, was totally comfortable, and he's still very comfortable to play this role. So this is really an amazing story, and this gentleman available on LinkedIn. You can easily message him. Deacon Rostislav review. You can find out all the details, and it's a wonderful story. For us, it's a great illustration that, guys, you can do it. Each of you can easily do it. If we can see guys like Magda is here and asking questions and everything. Awesome. at Madочка, I know that you love your job, but you can go around and spread this interesting news to all your friends. I'm sure you can find few friends. I mean, each of you guys, you can find few friends who are really looking for this kind of academy, like Success Church, right? They will be dreaming to find something, and they will be very, very happy if you will bring them this info, this particular story of Rosti. And we have a bunch of stories like this. Last time on our live session last week, right? I was talking about Anton. Story of Anton is also amazing if you think about it, right? So Anton was a boxer assistant. Imagine this, boxer assistant. Do you know what it is to be boxer coach assistant? It's practically to be a live boxing bag. Professionals can come, can pay you a few pennies, and can just beat you up on the ring, and you need to jump around and dance around. I mean, I think it's not a good job for a young man. He was young, talented, right? And story with him began very, very I would say fascinating way, right? I just came to a famous sport gym dedicated for martial arts. So it was one of the, from my humble opinion, one of the best martial arts school in Brooklyn. And the name of it was Fight Factory Gym, right? So I was a member of this club for years. I came, I knew that unfortunately club is about to get out of business, unfortunately. And father of this fellow, Anton, who became my client, right? He was owner of this big gym. So he came out and said, "Hey, Vadim, I'm all depressed. It's awful. Business is closing. I need to sell everything, and please, by all means, you can pick up like boxing gloves, this and that. I will sell it for cheap. And one of the biggest problem I have is my son. He graduated from SUNY University in New York, and he cannot find a job for 3 years. 3 years. This poor fellow. He was working as I said, boxer, coach, assistant. He was working in a local disco bar. He didn't make any money. And imagine, this is a talented, educated man. 3 years in a row, no good. He was trying different directions, right? Nothing was working for him. And here we go, we are meeting, like again, by accident. See? It's a miracle, it's a power of this mystery of meeting. Right? He remembers this meeting very well, and his father remembers this meeting, right? So we get together and they said, "Hey, have 5 minutes? Let's sit down, let's talk." And I started talking about what is the role of new generation manager? What is the difference between classical manager and a new generation manager? And all of a sudden, this fellow Anton, he starts staring at me. I was able to see like current of light out of his eyes. And he said, "Hey, hold on a minute, young boy. If you will keep spreading this light like this until the end of the course, you can probably find a job from the first interview." He said, "Oh, this is not possible. First interview, no. Never happened with human beings. It probably can happen with angels, but not with human beings." And now, I called him recently, and I said, "Hey, Anton, buddy, how are you?" And he said, "Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I love my job." He gave me some details about his work and everything. And I said, "Listen, can you tell me what is your real experience, your total experience of the interview?" He said, One interview only. So he went out for the first interview, and his company who invited him was University of Arizona. I mean, he was already practicing and he did a lot of stuff before. So He came with experience, with all certification, and most importantly, with the right mindset, with deep understanding of the, all theory and practice, what we are teaching. So he was valuable expert on market. And immediately from first interview, bam, he got this offer. So they offered him something in the neighborhood of $105,000 per year. Imagine, right? We can write it down. It's just for you to remember, right? $105,000, right? That was his starting salary. And right after a couple of months, he received a promotion. He became RTE, Release Train Engineer. And his salary became $160,000. So, if you think about it, that for him, it's not just little additional jump up. It's a new life. It's a totally new life. Right now he has a fiancée and he moved to San Diego, California. So he's one of the happiest men in the world. And that's what I would like to talk, right? This is amazing outcome. I believe comes with our hearts. So if we concentrate on money and nothing nothing else, just concentrate on money. We become like money making machine. That's it. We are losing something super important in life. Let's concentrate on serving others. This Success Church Academy, we are committed for the outcome of our client. We are serving clients. We are serving guys like Anton, Rosti, and many others, right? And that's the whole idea. We are serving them from the bottom of our heart, and they are paying us with an awesome outcome and with love. And imagine what is happening. So we are changing human beings' life, one person at a time. Rostik, pam, change. Anton, then Paulina, then Prudencia, Mark. We are changing one life at a time. And each Scrum Master or Release Train Engineer will go and change the life of people, whom they work together with, right? And that's how this happiness of life starts spreading around. And that's why we are so happy with what we are doing. I'm really, I start my day with gratitude. I'm saying, thank you, Lord, that I'm doing whatever I'm doing, right? And I'm a coach in Success Church Academy because I'm making people happy. I'm serving them, right? This new idea, new methodology, and new mindset of management. I even bring to our little foundation for the homeless. And it works. It works everywhere. Major difference. I told you that I would like to talk a little bit about what is the difference. What is the difference between like classical management approach, classical management mindset, and something that we are teaching. What we call new generation management approach, right? We call it agile meaning adaptive, flexible, right? But if you will take a look at the root, it's very human. So imagine how classical organizations structure. Like in slavery, there is a big boss somewhere on the top, right? Then this boss has several directors under him or her, right? This goes down and down and down and down, and finally somewhere here on this level, there are people like slaves, and all this pressure is like pushing down to them. This is a classical approach, right? Very classical understanding of how manager and workers are supposed to communicate and collaborate. But guys, it's a slavery approach, if you think about it. Nothing changed for thousands and thousands of years. This big boss, he's like slave owner, right? And there are like managers, like, operators of his slave army. And then, here we go. On the very bottom is a layer of slaves. So relationship is really didn't change that much. Yes, they're covered by nice like business outfit, business expressions, but by the end of the day, boss has a big stick and a carrot. And carrot is like for a donkey, right? We can move carrot in front of the donkey's face. Donkey will start running, trying to catch this carrot, and if donkey will slow down, will hit this donkey over his head or over his butt, right? And donkey will run forward. So this is a classical approach of this kind of structure. So what we are saying that, hold on a minute, especially for creative teams, especially for creative work like programming, any kind of marketing, any creative work, for doctors, let's say, this approach, carrot and a stick, it doesn't work. It simply doesn't work with this. So what we can offer instead? It's a very, very easy approach of servant leader. Servant first, leader second. So new generation manager is like in the middle of his or her team. And each player is all around this servant leader. We call this servant leader Scrum Master, right? So this is happening. That's exactly like opposite of what we can see here, right? So all of a sudden, Scrum Master became the heart of the team. And real servant leader. If you guys, I know that probably many of you, who are watching this recording or participating in live event, you probably never heard about gospel. But if you heard about gospel, like guys like Magdalena, I know that you know gospel very well, right? So you know that there is a wonderful story, real story, when Jesus Christ was standing in his knees and washing foot of his disciples. This picture is the best servant leader picture you can find in the universe. I didn't find any better one, right? This is something that I would like to follow. So if any company would like to ask me to be a manager, I would say, oh, hold on a minute, this is the only idea of management I have. I don't have any other. I'm sorry. Even if you will pay me $1 million per hour, I won't be able to do this. I think it's wrong conceptually. But this works perfectly fine. It's not just it's democracy, against like total directional approach. No, it's not about democracy. It's about love. If you really love people who are around us, if you love to work with them, to serve them, even being a manager, to serve them. So now, we are getting close and close to what we call agile mindset or servant leader mindset. Okay, guys. So this is crucial. This is very, very important. Okay. So what I would like to discuss, let me stop right here and let me answer any questions. I know that A few other participants are, right here. So, Svetlana, if you have any questions, Mardochka, by all means, you can ask questions. Let me open up your questions first. Hold on. All right. Okay, thank you so much for sharing. How do we know that Antonio and Rosti are real people, not made up characters? That's a good question. So, guys, there is a very easy answer to this, right? You can easily go to, LinkedIn and find out a lot of details, and you can even send a message. Rosti stuff reviewed. Hey, Rosti, is it real? You're really moved from New York to Prague. How did you find your job? All of these details, by all means. And Anton Rivkin, if you will go, you can go to my LinkedIn, and you will see that these guys are in my connection pool, right? Anton is he's not that active probably on LinkedIn, but he can answer your message easily. So they're real people, not made up. All right. So thank you for your question. Let me see. What else? Okay. This is an incredible story. What is the key element which brought Anthony and Rosti to such an amazing result? All right, that's a good question. So, what would be like key element? I would say the key element, you need to follow what I call 5 major shifts. If you will follow this 5 shift of your mindset, you will be like that. It's practically guaranteed. All you need to do, and I will come back to this 5 shifts probably in a few minutes. But main idea is, first you need to believe into yourself, right? And without the step, nothing is possible. So let's probably spend a few minutes, guys, and let's talk about this 5 incredible shifts. Let's see. All right. So believe that you can do it. Right? And it's easy to say, right? Hey, just believe that you can do it. But what if I don't do it? It's very easy. First of all, there are people who believe in God, and there are people who just don't believe in God. There are probably atheists, people who think that God never exists. That's fine. We are not here, to discuss theological questions, right? It's up to you. It's actually easier for you, much easier. It's a blessing and it's a gift. If you are one of the believers, right? But if you don't believe in God, you probably believe in the universe. So here's the catch. Believe that God, or even the universe, stands behind you. One of the great coach, Mark, from COD, he keeps saying that, guys, God never did any garbage, and he didn't start with you. And this is one of his favorite expression. He keeps saying this, and I can feel power of this. Really, if you think about it, hey, why I cannot do this if lots of people, I just gave you few, right, graduates from this Success Church Academy we have, right? They can do it. Why you cannot do it? Right? What is the difference? You are in a unique universe by itself. Just remember this, guys. When God created your soul, He's the most talented artist in the whole universe, right? So he crafted your soul so carefully, and you're a unique creature. You can do it. You can easily do it. But you just need to feel that, okay, somebody big stands behind me, and I can do, with God I can do the impossible. This is my favorite expression. That's what I keep saying. That God, thank you for everything. With you, I can do the impossible. Right? Hatunchka, thank you for joining. If you have any questions, please type. I can see you send me big heart. So thank you for this. I appreciate it. All right. So guys, this is shift number 1. So let me put it on on the board. So shift number 1. Believe. Believe that it's definitely possible and you can easily do it. All right. Now, and again, all of this example I gave you, they're all about this, supporting this step number 1 or shift number 1. Belief. Shift number 2. Be agile. You can say, hey, hold on a minute, what does it mean, be agile? Well, when I explain agility generally speaking, I like to illustrate it with this kind of picture, right? I'm a martial artist. I love to go to different wrestling competitions, and here we go. Two wrestlers, two good sportsmen are fighting, and coach can say, "Hey, can you see this guy? He's big, strong, like gorilla, but he's not agile. He made out of wood. He cannot move himself easily around the floor, right? And another guy, he probably doesn't have this kind of muscle, but he's very agile. He's gonna be. That's the difference, right? So here, be agile is practically two major moments. First of all, is open up your mindset and become coachable. If you will be stubborn, if you will be like closing your doors, right? It will be very difficult for your trainers, for your coaches to bring you some light of knowledge, right? And number 2 is focus. Don't permit any multitasking, just focus. If you will train yourself how to focus, you can train how to focus other people. This is a very, very interesting and important skill we all need to have, right? So I can talk about how to focus and why we need to pay attention to this. And today's world is going crazy. You can see probably young mom holding a baby, cooking dinner, talking on the phone, and making up her face at the same time. And if you will come to this young mom and say, hold on a minute, can you do one thing at a time? She will start laughing at you. She will say, hold on, I'm practicing this from my youth. Just get out of here. I know how to do it. We are like young moms, we are professionals of doing this. But not just young moms, like all people around us. Take a look at texting and driving. It's a huge problem right now. How many people are dying because of trying to be multitasking? So, in this particular step or shift, be agile, you need to learn how to stop multitasking and do one thing at a time. And all of a sudden, you will see you can do much more if you stop multitasking, right? So shift number 3. become real servant leader. What does that mean? Become real servant leader. So it's very easy to say, hey, I'm a servant leader. Yes, I'm a servant, no stick anymore. I can talk. I can come to my team and I can start talking to them, sharing jokes. And then I even forget about asking them, how they're doing, what kind of issues they have, what kind of progress they have. So it means that I could be friends with them, but I'm not a servant leader. I'm not helping them to be successful at work. So servant leader is somebody who is really dedicating his or her life to the team. Right? And we already discussed, right, diagram of slavery and diagram of real servant leader. Somebody who is in the middle of the team and every teammate, coming to this person and he can serve all of them. Right? But it's very important to understand that we need to start even with our day-to-day life. We need to learn how to love people around us, how to serve them, even our family members. We can train our serving leader skills with the closed one people, right? If you don't know how to talk to our spouses, our kids, especially growing up kids, right? It's very challenging, and many of you guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's very difficult. Sometimes it's like almost impossible to do without a prayer, right? But with prayer, remember, with God, I can do the impossible. So train yourself to be a real servant leader, right? So let's go forward. So, shift number 4 is what I called, this is my little thing, right? I called it use the secret weapon. What is this? What kind of secret weapon I have here? I can tell you. My secret weapon is, hey, to get a very cool position for 6 figures and more, to be a very interesting manager of this new generation manager. You don't have to get thousands and thousands of certifications. That's what we start. Remember, in the very beginning of our conversation, we already start diving into it. And I would like to collaborate a little bit more on this. So the old way, the old classical way of I would like to be a manager. Okay, what should I do? I can open up textbooks and it says it. Okay, all you need is to get MBA from one of the most prestigious university of the United States or Europe, like Yale, Columbia, Harvard, right? And as I said, Yale published its salary, its tuition cost, right? So MBA program costs 73,000, right? $440. That's a pretty big amount of money, right? And then official information, like classical way, saying that you need to have at least 9 official certification from a Project Manager Institute. It will take years and years. And how much money, I don't know, like if each certification will cost you, another like $1,500 or $2,000 at least, right? And I can give you a list of the certification which like a few years ago they were very popular and people were chasing them down. Like PMI project manager ready, right? COMP certified associate in project management and many others, right? So right now you will present all the certifications, and good managers and directors who will conduct interviews, they will say, "We don't need this person." No, because he or she has a very old classical mindset which we would like to get rid of. See, we would like to get rid of all of this, what we call, old style crap. Because that's exactly what the certifications will bring you. So instead, you can easily go to good training, shift your mindset, get agile mindset, and that's about it. And probably you will get a couple of good agile certifications, like internationally recognized and everything, by your way in. But it's only for open up doors. That's about it. You just need to open up doors, and then you'll be invited for an interview. And here we go. This is the most important part, right? You need to be so fluent, so confident, and positive in this interview. So people on another side of this interview, people who invited you for this interview, they will feel, they will fall in love with you. Just, they will say, okay. Like in case of Anton or Rosti or many others, like, we have Paulina, we have Prudencia, and whole list of guys whom you can talk to, right? Who are getting an awesome job and graduated from our school, from our little academy, right? So, that's the whole idea. That you don't need master's degree or PMI certifications. One great explanation and a couple of months of practice can replace all of them with a simple process like this. Good explanation, immediate practice, preparation for the interview, get a job, and we'll support your work. That's it. That's the whole cycle. That's all you need, right? And this is my secret weapon, guys. Secret weapon. And number 5, shift number 5 is invest in mentoring. Invest in mentoring. If you will find a good mentor, this is, believe that you already get like 50% of success, right? If mentor is not that good, then hey, it's like it's a questionable, maybe you can find a job, but if mentor is good, he or she will take you and will move you step by step towards you getting a job and being very successful at your career. But again, this kind of shifts and this kind of career from the very beginning, it's not for everyone. It's only for people who really love other people. Right? It's for those who who have this what we call big Christian heart. Right? If you feel that I will be probably better off sitting in front of a computer and just creating some stories or typing my code and I don't want to deal with anybody else, then it will be better if you will find some other job. So this job of new generation, manager, or new generation manager / Scrum Master is not really for you. Okay. All right. So let me jump to another set of questions. It's only 10 minutes left. So guys, by the way, something important. If you are watching us in Instagram, unfortunately today Instagram comments doesn't work, but you can easily type all your questions to my direct messenger. Type it in, and I will, I promise that I will answer all of your questions. But so far, let's concentrate on those who can find us in on Facebook. So another question I have here: what is an average salary of a Scrum Master in Arkansas? Is it higher than in California? So guys, please don't trust us, right? Go to Google and ask Google, what is an average salary of Scrum Master, right? In New York, I can tell you, it's from 95 to 115. So average is somewhere around $105,000 per year, right? In Arkansas, it's practically like 20-30% lower than in California or in New York. Right, in California is the highest. It's just generally speaking, economical situation in every single state is different, and California is I would say the highest in compensation, and states like Arkansas is the lowest, and let's say Arizona probably was very low, but now it's getting up because there are a lot of development going on in Phoenix and in other states, right? I mean, in other cities of Arizona. Alaska, probably not the highest compensation, but I mean, it's hard to say. But now you can get a job 100% remote. You can learn how to be a good Scrum Master, a new generation manager, right? In remote school, you can get practice remotely, and you can get a job 100% remote, right? And you can be very well compensated. You can do this job, from the bottom of your heart, and you will love the job. If you love people, you will love this job. But if you don't like people, I mean, as I said, guys, you can find something else. It's not the end of the world, right? But for me, as for the coach, I can probably teach you how to love other people, but it will take a long time. For some folks, the whole life is not enough, right? But for Success Charge Academy, you have only 10 weeks to prepare somebody from ground zero to professional level of being, professional Scrum Master. So it's there is a slogan that our Success Charge Academy, we are preparing guys from Agile Zero to Agile Hero. One of professor who came to my academy, to our academy, let's say, he shared this slogan for us, and I really fall in love with this. It's really true. From Agile Zero to Agile Hero. Well, that's what we do, right? And as far as salary and compensation, I mean, you guys can check it out. It's not a secret anymore, right? But other coaches from other divisions, like life coaches and stuff, they say, oh, it's a well hidden secret. Why nobody knows about it? I said, hey, you can Google. It's all available. Next question: what kind of education I need to be accepted to your school? So officially speaking, Success Charge Academy can accept anybody who has any kind of education higher than high school diploma. So any bachelor degree, even associate's degree, will be enough, right? But we have few examples of folks who don't have any education but high school diploma, right? And they're very successful anyway. But it's important to understand that education is a life kind of life activity for all agilists, for all people who are diving into this new career. We will be learning like on daily basis something new and new until the end of our life. That's what it is. Another question, and we have 5 minutes left. There is anybody else like Anthony and Rosti who graduated from your academy with similar result? The answer is yes. Practically speaking, at this moment it's like 100% of our graduates who are serious, who didn't escape in the middle, right? If they dedicate themselves for the outcome, they will get exactly the same kind of results. Job market is very hot. In New York, few thousand Scrum Masters are needed at this moment. So, guys, it's really up to you. It's really, really up to you, not to somebody else. Okay? All right. So Magdachka asking how long this wonderful program will last. So it's Success Charge Academy offer this program from ground zero to professionals within 10 weeks. So it's 10 weeks, and people believe that, it's impossible. 10 weeks is nothing. It's just, to understand basics. No, guys, and our results explain totally different picture. So in 10 weeks, we can guarantee that we will make you professionals. Okay? I believe that's about it for today. So I will definitely check Instagram, and if there is any questions which came to us from Instagram, I will be more than happy to answer them. As I promised you before, that guys, please put all likes and everything, and share this recording, this live sessions, all of these live sessions. They will be recorded, hopefully, we hope so, by Instagram and by Facebook, and we will keep adding them. So if you have any question in particular you would like us to share on our next episode, next session, by all means, just let us know, and we will be more than happy to prepare all answers for you. Okay, guys, I love you all. God bless you and help you. By the way, the last thing, but not the least, if you would like to schedule a breakthrough call, what we call opportunity to serve somebody, right? You can easily click on a link. I'm going to share a link to my schedule, and you can dedicate whole hour of my time. I will explain in all the details what kind of program it is and how can you participate. By the way, our next class is this coming Friday, the 21st at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, all the best. I love you.